You don't see it? You just go to display.
No, it's doing the spinning wheel.
Well, maybe it's really saving power. Yeah, it was recording. It said recording, but she didn't say okay.
Good.
Yeah, Heather, you good? Heather Voss. All right, I'm gonna go. Welcome everybody to the October 1st, 2025 Zoning Board of Appeals meeting. We always start out the meeting with a pledge of allegiance. If you'd stand, we'd appreciate it. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. I'll start out with a couple of housekeeping items and then we'll do some formalities here. In case of emergency, there are emergency exits, as you can see right next to us here. Outside the atrium, there's more straight across the hall, also on either side of the boardroom, likely where you came in. We haven't needed it yet, so that's good. Hopefully we don't need it today. This is the way the day will proceed. We will call up an application, listen for your application number and address. We'll have you come up to the podium. We will ask you to very clearly speak into the microphone for everything. State your name and address for the record. It's important for us to hear that. Once you state your name and address for the record, we're going to ask you a series of questions. Some of them might be repetitive to other things you've heard. Some of them might seem odd or like, why do you need to know that? For things we need to understand so that we can make a decision for this. Everything that you guys have come here for is not allowed under code. That's why it's called the zoning variance. Our goal is to make it the smallest variance possible and to not affect the neighborhood and have environmental issues and things of that nature as well. So when you give us answers to the questions, we're looking for reasons to why we should go along with your request. Otherwise, our mission is to make that as small of a variance or none if possible. With that, I'll do some of the formalities. We'll start out with a roll call. Robert Peckham, present. Beth Mossworth.
Present.
John Miglerini. Here. Christian Chamberlain, not present. Heather Robinson.
Present.
Timothy Harrington. Present. And Aaron Lehman. Present. Great. With that, could I get a motion for the minutes for September, please?
Yes, Mr. Chairman, with the meeting minutes for September 3rd, 2025, I move to approve. Second.
Seconded by Beth. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed and abstain. Aye. Minutes pass. Or motion passes, I'm sorry. And with that, I guess we can get started. I feel okay. With that, we can get started with application 2025-065, which is for the address at 80 Coronet Road. Welcome. Hi.
Hi, my name is Eva Cotas. This is my daughter. She lives in my house and she helped me.
Thank you.
Yeah, because I'm a little nervous.
Welcome. We're going to ask you a bunch of questions, okay? Who has this one?
So the fence that you're asking for, on the survey instrument maps that we have listed, and it's up here on the screen. Can you give us an approximate? Is it following where the old wire fence is? You don't want it for the whole yard, you want it for part of the yard?
Can you do it on this side? Let's have a look here. No, that's okay.
Like this old setting here, from years ago.
Right.
I had This is not front house, just, I don't know, this is.
So just the highlighted section. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Okay. And then, any particular reason for the fence overall? It didn't really tell me much.
Just more privacy.
You speak in the microphone.
Just more privacy. We do have like deer coming up close to the house. We have an air conditioner, the gas meter. And then there are cars that come in and we don't have any blinds inside the house yet, so the light's gonna come through the kitchen.
So it's just to give you more privacy of that area.
Yeah.
Perfect. And then if the daughter could just say your name.
Oh,
Could we
sure.
get-
Carolina Cotas
Thank you, Carolina.
with a K, just like the state, but with a K.
Thank
Perfect.
you.
Your house is very nice. I drove by there the other night, and you're right, there's a lot of deer there. I just want to verify, this is only a small area. This is not going out to the road.
No,
Okay.
no.
I have no more questions. Does anyone else on the board have more questions? Beth?
Mm-mm.
Are there any questions, Heather, or I'm sorry, anybody on the Zoom meeting, Heather?
She's having technical difficulties, but I got her on.
Is she saying no?
Waiting.
All right, we'll see.
Bubbles.
If anything comes back,
I would imagine no, but
I do see someone on there. That's why I was asking.
sign.
Okay,
Okay.
so with that, we can close. Oh, any questions from members of the audience? Nope. With that, we can close this application. You need a minute?
Mr. Chairman, in regards to application ZBA 2025-065 for an area variance, I move to approve as follows. Whereas the zoning board has, 1, duly advertised and held a public hearing, 2, has considered all relevant information, and 3, considered the potential benefit to the applicant versus the potential detriment to the neighborhood or community in relation to such variances. Now, therefore, it be resolved that the zoning board of appeals makes the following findings of fact. The variance will not result in an undesirable change to the character of the neighborhood or detriment to nearby properties. The height of the fence will blend well with the neighborhood. The small area of the fence will provide relief of wildlife in area and lights of passing cars. The variance cannot be achieved by some other feasible alternative, best option for the corner lot to provide privacy. The variance requested is not substantial. The request is for 1 foot higher and a reasonable for the area. The variance will not have a negative effect on the physical or environmental conditions. The variance related to the difficulty to the variance was self-created, and be it further resolved that based above the above findings, the zoning board of appeals hereby approve the variance as presented.
I'll second.
Seconded by Heather. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Oh, I should also tell everybody here, when we're done with the process and we either approve, decline, or modify the request, you still have to finish getting the building permits. You still have, and there'll be a letter that comes in from the town in a handful of days here. You'll receive it in the mail saying that you're approved or whatever the status is. But you will still have to finish the building process, permit process. Okay,
Thank you so much.
Thank you very, very much.
thank you. Have a nice evening.
You're free to leave if you want.
Yeah, you're not required to stay. Next we have applications 2025-066, 067, 068, and 069. For Old Brick Furniture Mattress Company at 300 J. Scuddy Boulevard. I think you're online there. We'll ask you to unmute. Heather, do you?
Does she have an issue?
She is. Can you unmute her?
Jim, can you, I can't have that power here. Jim, are you unmuted?
No,
Can you
he's
hear me?
not.
Can you hear me
Now.
now?
Yes, we do.
Yeah.
Great. Okay, Jim Colombo, Skylight Signs, 60 Industrial Park Circle in Rochester, representing Old Brick. That's Old Brick Furniture and Mattress for these 4 variants, different variances for regarding their signage package. As stated in the application, there's no undesirable change or detriment to any nearby businesses for this additional sign. Old Brick when people are gonna go by and say they don't know what old brick is, they're gonna have to say furniture and mattress to get that first variance approved to say, to ID the store. And the second and third variants we can talk about later. If we can talk about the first one first, adding furniture and mattress, that's first on my list.
Great. I have, do you have a series of questions you want to start with, or do you want to let him
No,
just roll?
go ahead, Jim, roll.
Roll with it, Jim. Give us the rundown.
The rundown on the first applicant for the old brick, the sign old brick is going up, but with that included in their logo is furniture and mattress. The store is not ID'd correctly without furniture and mattress. That is in their logo. It'll be on the road sign, on the wall sign that's proposed, and on the proposed pole sign also. That's the bottom line. And the one for furniture and mattress should be a no-brainer, in my opinion. As far as square footage is concerned, and give them variance to allow furniture and mattress. Same as the pole sign. Again, pole sign we can discuss has started screening. Am I still there, guys?
Yes.
You're still there, yes.
Cool. All right, good. Yeah, bring those signs up. As you can see, old brick has been approved. I got the permit for that on the wall. Furniture and mattress needs to be there on the wall to identify the store 100%. Nobody's going to know what old brick is without furniture and mattress on that wall. Can we stop there and talk about that one first?
I mean, it makes sense what you're saying. We'll probably ask questions in a minute. But if you would go to the poll sign, I think that's next on our list.
Yeah.
That would be great to understand what you're doing there with more detail.
No sweat. Pole sign, as we want to follow suit with Burt's and with Golf Adventure, the Adventure Landing, which precedes the store. We'd have to be just a few feet above them to view from J. Scuddy and from Jefferson Road. Now, if those two stores, and including Raymore Flanagan, which has the pylon sign out front, there should be no doubt that this pole sign will identify the building and is necessary for that building to be seen from Jefferson and J. Scuddy Boulevard. In addition to that pole sign, there's a possibility that I'm not exactly sure on the heights of the two signs preceding them, but we would have to go a little bit between 3 to 5 feet higher, so the viewing would be better from J. Scuddy and Jefferson Road.
Do you believe that your diagram there on the page of the dimensions is appropriately set up, or are you telling us that it might have to be higher than that?
It might be 42 feet, it might be 38 feet. I haven't measured Adventure Landing nor Burt's as of yet. Once I get somewhat of an approval to say, if you have further questions, I will dive into that to make sure that it's what you're looking for.
Okay.
Excuse me,
Kevin.
just one more thing, staff. I just want to tell you that Rachel and Michael are in house from Old Brick Furniture and Mattress in house tonight. So I wanted to bring that up in case you had questions for the owner.
Okay. Right now, my questions are sign based, but also to Kevin here. Kevin, do you know how high they can be?
Yeah, it's massive.
Yeah, I'm just looking that up.
I did not pay attention to that. I didn't realize that we were asking that this might not be the dimensions requested.
We're looking at this overall square footage
Mm-hmm.
in our review. Unfortunately, the height would be another variance.
How high is allowed?
That's a good one because the way our code is written, it's 2-lane road. Traffic speed of
Less than 30.
less than 30, it's only 20 foot height. Now,
Yep.
as far as Burt's and Adventure Link, I know those are well
Old.
over 20. I would assume back in the day they got variances for the height as well. Well, they've been there a while, so I don't know.
Right, and Kevin, I can always find that out as far as what their heights are, and we can go over above it. And if you're saying they're only 25 feet, we can go 30, but that's the problem of, I've not been to those two to measure those signs yet, which I will if that is the case.
Well, regardless of what the height is, you would still need a variance to go any higher than 20 feet.
Mm-hmm.
Got you.
So you're already 30, 40 feet on this one, if I'm reading your sign
Correct.
right.
Correct.
Okay, so that one we can't, well,
Well, it's not even before you right now, so.
that one's not before us.
The height,
Yeah, it's number 4, I think.
The only thing that we have in front of us is an additional sign, not an additional pole sign, not a,
Additional pole sign without reference to the
right.
height.
you have two additional wall signs, which is 66 and 67.
right.
68 is to have the pole sign because you have.
That's what I'm talking about, Kevin.
Right.
Yep.
But the,
Advertised for the
the problem is this can't pass the way they're asking for it. It cannot pass right now.
If that pole sign was 25 feet, it wouldn't pass. If that pole sign was 20 feet, you're telling me it would.
Yeah.
Correct. The 20-foot maximum height.
So it can be 10 feet off the ground and 10 feet tall, like it says, then we could handle that today. Okay, and then you have one more, which is just an additional one for the group
Square footage.
square footage.
Overall.
Yeah,
Which-
overall.
Okay, so any other questions? So, questions from the board on,
I have a clarification. So this for 69 for the total square footage, does that include the full sign?
I think it includes everything,
Okay, that's what I thought.
right, Kevin? I just want to be sure that she's saying the right thing, or that we're saying the right thing. For the
Gold
square
brick,
footage,
gold brick furniture and
No, just-
mattress is 270.
Just the wall signs.
Okay, I thought,
Right.
okay,
Right,
because the pole sign is technically double.
correct,
Full sign separate.
Yeah,
correct.
so does that mean, Kevin? Well, I just want to be sure that I follow that.
Well, the pole sign, you only look at, for zoning purposes, you look at one space of it.
oh, okay.
For permit fees, unfortunately, it's both sides.
Good one.
So he's gonna have to, he'll have to reapply.
If they want,
No,
if
no,
you go over 20 feet in height on the pole sign, you'd have to come back in
next month.
next month for another variance request.
So we could approve all of this, but the pole sign couldn't be high enough. We could approve.
Technically, they're allowed the pole sign. You're allowed one wall and one pole.
And one group one?
Well, so it is part of the plaza, so you're right, they would need a permit or a variance for the pole sign on the property, because you already have the
That's what we're talking
plaza
about.
sign.
Yep.
And for the,
And for the total square footage.
and yeah, everything is listed here, they need, plus,
There's a plus here. The plus is if they want a height that they're asking for, that's where the plus is.
Over 20 feet, right?
Over 20 feet total. Top.
Top.
Okay, so,
It says pole plaza sign. Is that the one where it's included with BJ's or the old?
look at the picture though, because you'll see,
they have a picture of the plaza sign up by.
Yeah, yeah.
The one with BJ's is totally separate out front at the corner, at the intersection, which just says, we changed it, which should be Gander Mountain. So
Yeah.
Old Brick's name is just there under Burt's or over Burt's.
yep. Okay, any questions from the board? We know there's a problem here with the final solution that they want. Any other questions?
It's pretty straightforward.
You'd have, if they,
He just said, no, they want it higher.
well, that's different, but if they want a pole sign,
Yeah, we can approve this and that's not,
and
no,
if they build it higher, then they,
if they want to build it higher, they're gonna come back. That's the problem. I agree with you.
So I guess a question, now talking about the wall mounted signs, the furniture and mattress, is that going to be illuminated?
Yes, all face lit.
Okay.
Okay,
That's, as long as we move forward with that, I'll work on the pole sign with the owners, and if they agree to 20 feet, I'll come back with that tomorrow and approve this. If we can do that.
we don't have to stop anything for this.
Right,
The
right.
only thing that stops is if you want it higher than 20 feet, then you gotta come back before you can implement that.
Right.
And we gotta decide if we want to approve that too, right? That's getting high by the time you're doing this. I'd like to know how high
Right,
Burt's is.
you can't approve the pole sign today.
Yes,
It can't go more than 20 feet. If they want it higher, then they'd have to come back for one more variance.
I agree.
well, put the,
If you don't
If we
approve the
approve it.
poles, right, if you don't approve the pole sign today and they want it higher than 20, then they'd have to come back with
Yeah.
2 more variances.
Well, they could table the pole sign tonight.
Oh, yeah, they
And
could
then
table.
come in for
If they want to higher than 20, they'd have to come back with 2 more.
If you didn't rule on it today, if you didn't make.
I'll rule on. I think we'll rule on today.
Okay.
Are there any questions from members of the audience? And I don't think there's anybody else online, so I'm going to say no.
Just me.
Just you. So with that, we can close this application. John, do you have any, does anybody have concerns? I should ask it one more time. Are we generally okay with this?
Yeah.
We're okay with this. Okay.
So what do we want to put in there for the pole sign? That's approved as
No,
well.
I don't think you have to put anything because it's just approved at 20 feet.
Because if they go above.
Because the reason why I asked you this is as presented and it's presented as 40 feet.
Right.
That drawing could be changed in the morning. I can have that drawing to you in the morning.
This is just a technicality on our side. We got it. So
Thank
what
you.
I want you to put on there that for the end, be it for, well,
You could approve it conditioned on it not being higher than 20 feet.
make-
Yeah. Yeah, that's,
Well,
yeah.
just per town code.
Per town.
Oh, perfect.
And then if they wanted it 20 feet, they don't have to come back at all.
Right.
Yeah.
I would also say while he's typing this up, as far as the board's concerned, is there any aversion to the height that they're asking? Because they want it to be above birds. Birds
Yeah.
is really high. And so I am not a fan of that exceptional height, but what's
I
your
think I
opinion?
would
You
go
got
with
one.
C.
I have no problem with the height considering where it sits, way off the main
That's
road,
fair.
on a private drive. And it sits so far back of this already exceedingly high sign that for someone that's looking for that business may not look at the front.
That's fair.
Although I understand that, but I do have some concerns about winds being so, because it's so high up.
They'll make it solid.
Well, you just,
But
We'd have
we
to-
don't generally have wind issues that would create,
right, we don't have hurricanes, but
right,
yeah, that area.
in one storm a year.
Uh,
They also have their name on the sign that's out by the road.
true, that's also another factor.
All the other signs have been fine.
Yeah, I don't think, because Gander Mountain never had.
So it's not a big deal. Okay.
Mhm.
Can you tell me when you're done? Glenn? Then do it. Oh, I thought I did. With that, we can close these applications.
Mr. Chairman, with regards to application ZBA 2025-066 to 069 for an area variance, I move to approve. Whereas the zoning board has duly advertised and held public hearings, has considered all relevant information and has considered the potential benefit to the applicant versus the potential detriment to the neighborhood or community. Now therefore be it resolved that the zoning board of appeals makes the following findings of fact. The variance will not result in an undesirable change to the characteristic of the neighborhood as the other buildings in the area have the same type of signage. The variance cannot be achieved by a feasible alternative. Applicant is looking to show what they are selling in the store. Applicant is, the variant cannot be achieved by other alternative. Applicant is looking to show that the variance requested is not substantial. The variance will not have a negative effect to the physical or environmental conditions. The difficulty resulting in this variance was self-created, but the applicant needs their presence out, and be it further resolved that based on the above findings, the zoning board of appeals approves this application as presented, and be it further resolved that the applicant shall be subject to the following conditions. Pole sign approved by the town code to not be over 20 feet.
I'll second that.
Seconded by Beth, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? So the motion's carried. Thank you.
Thank
And
you.
thank you. Thank you for filling that space.
Thank you.
Thank you. And again, put in your other application, for the next piece, okay?
No problem. Thank you very much, everybody.
Have a good day.
Thank you. Bye.
Next we have application ZBA 2025-070, which is 494 Calkins Road. Hi. Please, as we said, state your name and address for the record.
My name is Michael Coppers. Address 494 Calkins Road,
Right.
across the street.
Tammy Quick, 494 Calkins Road.
Thank you. Tell us about your chicken coop.
So I put in a chicken coop. The main reason I put in the side they did was just for the cleaning. It was something tall enough where I could actually go in the middle of it. When I first put it in, I didn't realize I was supposed to get a permit. My grandparents owned the house since 1951. I bought it after they passed away.
Yep.
Back then they used to always have chickens. So we just kind of try to carry on the tradition. I didn't realize when I actually was told I needed a permit, I came right up and try to get it. And I was told my coop and my pen size were a little bit too big.
That's true. Tell me a little bit, how many chickens do you have?
We have 6.
Okay. I mean, it's pretty straightforward. It's too big, and so it's just a simple question here. Any questions from the board?
Have you got any feedback from the customers on the backside, on the street behind you?
No,
that-
we get along with pretty much every one of the neighbors that we have around us and behind us. I own quite a large lot, so there's almost a football-sized field between them and us.
And there's some bush back there, it looks like, when I drove to the
So-
back.
In the middle section all the way back, it's just open field.
Yeah.
We have the chicken coop and pen up close to the house. Just one to keep box and stuff from getting into it and stuff like that. As far as the side lot I have, that has woods back there, yes.
And the plan is to stick with the 6 chickens, because I think that's the limit.
Limit, yeah, six hens, no roosters.
Right. Any other questions? Any questions from the audience? So,
Do you have one?
Just like staff.
yeah, good.
Yeah.
And technically, there's like 0.9 next to me it actually belongs to the Monroe County, I believe now. The gentleman who used to own it, guess decided not to pay his taxes on it. My parents have been maintaining it all our life. We've been maintaining it the last 10 years. We're there. I mow the property. I keep it cleaned up. Everything to try to make my house right across.
Right.
I try to keep everything presentable and looking nice. So,
Thank you. Well, there are no more questions, so with that, we can close this application. With regards to application ZBA 2025-070 for an area variance, I move to approve as follows. Whereas the zoning board has duly advertised and held public hearing, has considered all relevant information, and has considered the potential benefits to the applicant versus the potential detriment to the neighborhood or community in relation to such variance. Now therefore be it resolved that the zoning board of appeals makes the following findings of fact. The variance will not result in an undesirable change to the character of the neighborhood or detriment to nearby properties. This change is minimal and will not affect the character of the neighborhood based on location of the coop and size of the property. The variance cannot be achieved by some other feasible alternative. The coop's already in place and would require removal and repair to make it the correct size. The variance requested is not substantial. The variance will not have a negative effect on physical or environmental conditions, and there are no anticipated negative effects anyways from this small change on the coop with regards to the environment. And the difficulty related to the variance was self-created. The self-created because the applicant did not apply for the variance in the first place. And be it further resolved that based upon the above findings, the zoning board of appeals hereby approve the variance as presented.
Second.
Seconded by Beth. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? So the motion carries. Thank you.
thank you so much.
Have a good day.
Have a good evening.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next we have application 2025-071 at 3 Shamrock Drive. Welcome.
Evening, Dave Ogden, JEC Construction. I'm representing the owners. The wife is working tonight, and the husband's home watching the children.
Tell us a little bit about what's happening here.
So they have, it's a growing family. They've been there 10 years. They've got 3 kids, small house, corner lot. They are using half of the garage for a mud room for the kids' shoes and books and so forth, because it is a smaller home. So the inside, there's really no space for the shoes and so forth, because as soon as you walk in the garage door, you walk into their kitchen. So they've been using this for the last 10 years or so, and now they've decided they want to just make half of the existing garage into a second bathroom, laundry room. They only have 1 bathroom in the house. And when we cut the garage in half, it would act as a mud room for the first quarter of the garage, and then a bathroom, laundry room in the backside. When we applied for the permit and we found out that we needed a variance, we went down the road of putting a second car garage on. They don't use the existing garage for cars now, so it shouldn't impact the cars staying outside. They stay outside now. Financially, the cost of additional garage would, they couldn't afford it. And also, their lot is small. It would kind of cut down. The kids are at their growing age. They're younger kids, and it would chop up their play area. They already have a shed, a small plastic poly shed outside. So that's what's using for any overflow of the lawn equipment.
What do you, and the kids are young right now, so they don't have cars.
No, right. They're in the 6, 7, 8 range.
Do you know how many cars are on the parcel at this time?
There's 2.
2.
They both work. They both have separate occupations.
One of the things that we have to think about is the foreverness of the home beyond current owners. And what's not clear to me is with the build out of the mudroom and the bathroom, what the existing overhead door width is. Is that enough for 1 car to pull in the future if they desire to put a car in the garage?
Actually, it would be. We're only taking where the pass door is. That's where the wall's going to be right inside. So I never considered that. Yeah, they could.
Okay.
Although the issue now is that's where all the bikes and stuff is stored. So for
Okay.
the future, I mean, they would have to find a place for all the bikes. And but yeah, in the future, if somebody moved in that didn't have bikes and so forth, they could put that car in there.
That's what I'm wondering. If like the next owner buys it, if they cleared that out,
Yeah,
that they
that's a
put a
good,
car in.
didn't even think about
But
that.
let's
No.
let's clarify that, because you're saying that in effect, you could still park a car there, so there's no need for the variance at that point.
Right, there is a drawing.
Well, there's a size requirement for a garage.
Right.
That'll, once it does the bump off of the garage, the bathroom, it only leaves 12-foot depth.
Yeah,
Oh.
I was gonna
It's
say,
a smart car.
well, that and they have the step. Are you including the steps?
No, I'm not including the steps.
Yeah, so,
So no, there's not room for a car.
no.
Our town code requirements for a 1-car garage is 12-foot wide by 20-foot depth.
Yep, so it's not a
Okay.
garage.
So what that means then, simple math, in a few years, 2 cars is going to become 5 cars.
I agree.
So 5 cars, will 5 cars fit in that driveway? Because they're not going in a garage if the garage goes away.
Well, I can't project what somebody's going to do in the future, but there is a tree that could be cut there. And if they went for a variance for an expanded parking driveway, they would be able to fit those cars in there if they opted to do that in the future. Somebody, I couldn't project that.
The existing driveways are 24-foot width, so that's the maximum town code allows. They would need an additional variance for a wider driveway.
I mean, they could fit 2 cars deep on that driveway comfortably.
Go ahead.
So that's probably 4.
Are you familiar with the age of the home? How long ago it was built?
I'm not, that's a track that was put in, I would have to guess in the late seventies if I had to guess, something like that. It's not an old track.
Records indicate 1966.
A pretty good guess.
Pretty good guess.
That's what I do for a living.
Thankfully, real estate records are on there, and it's under 1,400 square foot,
It's a cute house.
very much.
It's a nice house.
But
Unfortunately, for someone to pick up and buy a new house is
Yeah.
getting a difficult thing to do.
in average for the area though, under 1,400 square foot and built in 1966 would indicate the times of which that house was built. They had one car in most families.
And a lot of the neighboring houses are similar.
Good point.
We have,
But you got two workers in the house,
right,
and they're both need transportation. She works night shift, so it
right.
I can.
could be difficult for them to share.
So I think this resident is doing the best they can,
Mhm.
given their own economic restrictions to not being able to add another car garage and utilize the best that they can to something. Now, once you install, obviously, this bathroom, I don't see people wanting to take it out. However, that does increase its overall value and usefulness to this growing family.
And I think thinking long term, there is enough room. If somebody else were to be in the house, they could expand that garage at a later date without having a setback variance.
What, how many bedrooms are in this garage or in this house currently?
I guessing it's a 3-bedroom. They may even be sharing a bedroom. It may be, I don't know that answer.
It's a 3-bedroom, 1 bath.
Yes, and it's 1,320 square foot.
Okay, any more questions from the board?
No.
Any questions from the audience? Okay, just real quick, everybody, what are you thinking?
I think it makes sense. I think at the end of the day, you're trading inconveniences. You either don't have enough living space, you don't have enough car space. It is what it is. It's what they need for now. Will it impact the resale value? I think it's the same give and take. It'll be lower because you don't have a garage, but it'll be higher because you'll have living space. I think it's a wash. I think it probably makes sense for them.
And I don't see a negative impact on the neighborhood
Right.
to me. I mean, if it means more cars in the driveway, I mean, they can do that without variance. I mean, either way.
So you're okay with it?
Yeah.
Done?
I'm fine with it.
You're fine with it? I know you are. I don't like it, but I'm one. With that, we can close this application. Who has it?
Mr. Chairman, with regard to application number ZBA 2025-071 for an area variance, I move to approve as follows. Whereas the zoning board has duly advertised and held a public hearing, has considered all the relevant information, has considered the potential benefit to the applicant versus the potential detriment to the neighborhood or community in relation to such variances. Now, therefore, be it resolved, the zoning board of appeals makes the following findings of fact. The variance will not result in an undesirable change to the character of the neighborhood or a detriment to nearby properties. There will be no outwardly visible sign of the internal changes. The variance cannot be achieved by some other feasible alternative. An addition was researched but unreasonably priced. Utilizing existing space of the garage is the most logical and cost-effective way to accommodate the space needs of a growing family. The variance requested is substantial, but the space needs of 3 children can't be ignored, and this is the best option at present. The variance will not have a negative effect on physical or environmental conditions. The environment will not change. The difficulty related to the variance was self-created, but there are no other feasible alternatives. And be it further resolved that based upon the above findings, the zoning board of appeals hereby approve the variance as presented.
I'll second.
I'm gonna give it to Beth. Seconded by Beth. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Aye. Motion carries. You gotta finish the
you.
process, but
Thank you very
it'll
much.
carry. Thank you.
Good evening.
Next we have application 2025-072, which is 26 Bradgate. Welcome. Hi.
Mark Malone, 26 Bradgate Park, West Henrietta.
Welcome.
Um, can you give us a little explanation of why you need a wider driveway?
So as you know, Faber built the area and the area they did a poor job. I have pictures here with 2 cars in the driveway. I have a truck and a Malibu. My truck hangs out over the sidewalk. Luckily, I'm retired, so the Malibu will be turned in. It won't be there anymore. However, I have 2 kids that are driving. That they're right now, one has his own car, the other one does not yet. Will be soon. Trying to find her one. My wife also has a car. So between 2 trucks won't fit bumper to bumper in the driveway. And as the one picture I have, you can see these are bumper to bumper. My truck still hangs out over the sidewalk. So I'm trying to give myself a little more room. Obviously, in the wintertime, you can't park in the road because of obvious reasons for snowplows and all that stuff, which I understand. So that's the toughest time. I mean, in the summer, you can, if we have to, you can park one in the road and so forth, on the shoulder or whatever. But that's the problem.
Okay.
And I'm sure you guys have seen the houses in the neighborhood. Some people have 40-foot wide driveways. Person across the street from me has a double-sided driveway, goes along the side of his house for the boat that was there. And my driveway is 22-foot wide, tiny thing.
And you currently have, is it a 2-car garage?
So I have a 2-car garage. As I heard you guys talking before, there is clutter. Unfortunately, my father passed of cancer. My uncle died of dementia, and I kind of inherited some stuff.
Okay.
That's a story for another day. Stuff we'll be getting rid of and stuff. But even if you pull a car in the driveway or in the garage, now that my one truck fits in the driveway, every single day you're gonna have to do flip flop, and it's just that's not realistic.
Okay.
Flipping cars in the garage, out of the garage, in the garage, driveway, so forth. So I mean, an 8-foot extension. Now I talked to Craig Barber, the highway superintendent. As I think code enforcement here stated, there's not supposed to be more than 24 foot at the bottom with the flares. Well, mine's 27 foot because Faber screwed that up too. And some are even wider than that. I don't understand how that got approved, but it's just one big conglomerate pile of mess in this neighborhood. But Barber said that as long as I don't extend the flares, I wouldn't need to apply for additional variance because there's a line of sight easement where I can't go past that, which is understandable. So my thought process was the 8-foot and then do kind of a, a little jog, I guess you want to call it, or terminology you want to use, but a little whoop-de-whoop to come out to the bottom.
I think that's the technical term.
It's the only one I could come up with dictionary. Whoop-de-whoop was.
Can you do this with a smaller variance?
Well, so so here's the thing: is I talked to the people who do the driveways, and they said a normal parking spot is about 9 foot wide. So that's why I went down to 8 foot because I was trying to keep it a little bit smaller. I guess if you jam the cars in there, unfortunately, my son has a half-ton dually.
Yeah.
That's kind of a tough thing. So that would be kind of hard, but trying, but I don't know if it would work, to be honest with you.
You want to share Kevin's idea about the side?
Just to be, I'll say that too in a second, but I'm not a fan of this, just to be clear. I'm one vote of 6 that are here today. You need a majority of the whole board to get that. But I'm not a fan of this, and I agree with you. There's a lot of driveways in that neighborhood that have been bigger than they're supposed to be. There's some that came in for approval and they got denied and put in, and we had some of them ripped out. Faber did make a mistake, and I'm not sure they made a mistake. We let Faber make a mistake as a town in that scenario with the short offset from the side of the road, where they could squeeze the houses in and give you nowhere to park.
Agreed.
Hindsight, that's bad. The town shouldn't have done that, and Faber shouldn't have been greedy in that way, and all those other things. That's my feeling. But I'm not a fan of this request. I think there's too many cars parked in front of the houses. I think there's too many garages that are full of clutter for whatever reason. And I'm not picking on the clutter that you have. I get it. I understand life does its thing, but I think that's problematic from my seat. So I said it earlier in our workshop that I'm not for it. Kevin brought up a point, who's our town code enforcer. You can have a thing next to your garage without a permit. What is it, 8 foot?
12.
12 foot.
I don't understand this thing next to your garage. Is it?
You can have a driveway next to your garage,
Paved, right?
paved.
Technically, driveway extensions can be stone.
Oh, so you can have a
Yeah.
driveway extension that's stone, and then you can put in a thing if you want. Put in the rest of the driveway to make a little path to get in there. I'm not for either of those. I'm 1 vote of 7, so just.
I kind of don't like that, to be honest with you. It makes
I don't either.
crap.
I don't like the one that you're doing either at the same time. That's why my
But I
vote.
guess I don't know the alternative. When you
That's-
have kids drive, what do you do? What are you supposed to do? Like 2 trucks won't even fit in the garage because it's too tall.
I don't know how to answer that question.
And I'm not trying to be argumentative, but
I don't
you're
think of
gonna
that way.
run, you're gonna run into a bigger problem because 5 houses next to me, they can't even fit 2 cars in the driveway. They got 3 kids, 1 to 3 kids in the houses.
I'm not gonna run into that problem. They will. And that's something that's problematic, and it is something that again, you hit the nail on the head. This is not something that, and by the I repeat, I'm 1 vote. So my
No, I
opinion
understand. I'm not
doesn't
trying
cover
to-
the balance here. They may have different feeling, but I'm telling you what I'm leaning towards because I think it creates clutter in the neighborhood and it encourages it, in my opinion. So I'd love to hear other feedback from members of the board and members of the audience if there's any feedback there. But I would like to hear feedback here to see where we stand.
What is alongside your garage right now? I see 2 garbage cans in your picture, but what is just a vegetable garden? So in theory, that vegetable garden could be moved for a driveway extension.
I just want to clarify one thing. You say driveway extension, there's no driveway attached to it, so how would it
You
be
get-
extension?
So the town code allows for up to a 12-foot long,
Why?
length of the garage.
Correct.
Driveway extension, so.
To the right, you mean?
Towards this other street, the
So
side,
essentially where your vegetable garden is. You
Parallel to the house.
yes.
Right.
Yeah.
To the side of the garage.
You can put in stone or asphalt. An extension
That's true.
Connecting to what? The grass?
connected.
And then you can,
Over onto your driveway
So you're saying 12 feet next to the garage to make a little jog,
and make the jog that
and make
way.
it, how big is the jog there?
So the jog can be up to,
So anything forward of the garage would have to be paved. Anything next to the garage can be paved or can be left stone. But way the code, we allow you to have driveway extension, therefore, by right, we allow you to have a wider driveway at that point to utilize it. Now, there's no set number as to how long that can be, but it's a reasonable amount of time you need to cut it back into your existing driveway.
And it's 12 foot by how long?
You can make it 10 feet if you wish, you can make it 8 feet wider.
By how long?
the length.
the length of the drive,
garage.
of the garage.
So however deep, probably 20 feet, your garage is of depth.
It's 36, 31.6.
Again, it doesn't necessarily have to be the entire length of the garage. You can go back, I would say 20 feet.
I just think that's more gaudy than anything else.
It is, but
I agree.
unfortunately, I don't want to say a workaround, but it's a workaround for the.
Yeah, we're using terminology that's detriment to the neighborhood. I think putting an 8 foot extension on would look way better than putting this gaudy thing up next to the garage.
I agree with that statement, but I don't agree with either of these. And I think it would be gaudy looking, and that's a choice you have to make.
And also,
It's the only way that you can get, if my vote carries with the board, it's the only way that you can get that. But I don't know the answer to that. What does the board think real quick? Before we dig into that, if we're saying they're gonna get it, then it doesn't matter. You're giving a thumbs up. Thumbs up.
well, let me ask, if you
John,
guys
please.
approve it, do I still have a choice? How does that work?
If we approve it, you get your 8-foot extension.
No, I know that, but if I decided that's better what you said before, do I still have a choice or is that not, is it once the variance in, it's like that's what you do?
No, you still have
You have a choice.
I guess I have to talk to the
regardless of yes or no.
person.
It would look gaudy, but you could
You
do
would
it.
have to like really take a look at and go, okay, if by putting one vehicle here along the side of my garage,
Actually, driveway extensions are not allowed. You cannot park on them. You can put boats, trailers,
and that,
but you can't park a vehicle. It specifically says you cannot park. a
Oh,
vehicle.
right.
Well, then,
But you're still gonna,
It does fix his problem.
this is the problem because in front of the garage, so lets it give that area paved.
so he could,
And then
he
you
could
can
put
park
the
there
extension back 3 foot.
and never use it. Well, no, it's got, again, it doesn't say specifically, but I would say it has to be at least
The intent has to be.
at least 20 feet, which would be a garage, typical garage, minimum garage depth. So you can't just go back a foot and say
That's all.
extension.
Yeah, right.
Okay, so what's your vote?
As it's presented with the 8 foot, I'm fine with it.
That's so carries, so it doesn't even matter. So with that, we can close this application.
was there any
Oh,
feedback? from
questions or
students?
comments from the audience?
Oh.
Please come up, state your name and address and let us know what your thoughts are. And sir, if you'd step aside just so we can talk.
Talha, I live in Eagle Pine Way, Henrietta, New York. I have a family member, brother-in-law who lives in the same neighborhood. He has the exact same problem. He cannot fit his cars. The driveway is too tight.
Thank you.
Did they widen their driveway, sir? Did they widen their driveway or have another solution?
Sucking it up and just dealing with it.
Okay, so with that, any more questions? With that, we can close this application.
Yes, Mr. Chairman, with regard to application number ZBA 2025-072 for an area variance, I move to approve as follows. Whereas the zoning board has duly advertised and held a public hearing, has considered all relevant information and has considered the potential benefit to the applicant versus the potential detriment to the neighborhood or community in relation to such variance. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the zoning board of appeals makes the following findings of facts. The variance will not result in undesirable change to the character of the neighborhood or detriment to nearby properties, as other homes in the neighborhood have similar driveway widths of what the applicant is asking. The variance cannot be achieved by some other feasible alternative, as the house has 4 vehicles / 4 drivers, and without impeding on the sidewalk and parking on the street is only feasible during the summertime. The variance requested is substantial, as the applicant is asking for a relief of 8 foot to accommodate the additional vehicles. The variance will not have a negative effect on physical or environmental conditions. The difficulty relating to the variance was self-created, as the applicant is in need of a wider driveway, and be it further resolved that based upon the above findings, the zoning board of appeals hereby approve the variance as presented.
I'll second.
Well, seconded by Tim. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Opposed.
Aye. So Heather, that's Aaron and Bob. Motion carries. You can put in your driveway.
Can I ask a question?
Sure.
Just a clarification.
No, how about,
Yeah. Just more. Okay, thanks.
Application 2025-073, which is 152 Princess Drive. And even though you said it earlier, please reintroduce yourself and your address.
Hi, my name is Talha Shahid. I'm here representing my wife, Sheila Kadari. She's the owner of 152 Princess Drive. We had the same variance that was approved in December of 2019. Right after that, COVID hit. So my father-in-law, he got COVID. He was hospitalized. So we kind of like dropped the whole idea. We never did anything with it. And now, so we had the funds, so we wanted to kind of start the whole process again.
Has anything about the plan or the design changed since
No.
2019?
No, it's the exact same plan. I believe the setback is 50. This is going, I believe, I don't know, a little bit more, like past the setback that's allowed.
Well, the reference here is that normally the setback is 60 and you've asked for 52.
Yeah, yep. So the other way
That's still accurate, correct?
Correct.
I don't have any more questions.
It seems straightforward to me. Any questions? You guys good? Any questions from the audience? Okay, with that, we can close this application.
Mr. Chairman, with regard to application number ZBA 2025-073 for an area variance, I move to approve as follows. Whereas the zoning board has one duly advertised and held a public hearing, has considered all relevant information, and has considered the potential benefit to the applicant versus the potential detriment to the neighborhood or community in relation to such variance. Now therefore be it resolved that the zoning board of appeals makes the following findings of fact. The variance will not result in an undesirable character change to the character of the neighborhood or detriment to nearby properties. It's a simple front porch and was previously approved by this board in 2019. The variance can be achieved by some other feasible alternative with a smaller porch, but this size serves the intended function without negative impact to the neighborhood. The variance requested is not substantial. The variance will not have a negative effect on the physical or environmental conditions. It's just a porch. The difficulty related to the variance was self-created, but a front porch will enhance the look and function of the home. And be it further resolved that based upon the above findings, the zoning board of appeals hereby approve the variance as presented.
Second. Seconded by Beth. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? So the motion carries. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Thanks so much.
Good
Have a good evening.
I was gonna say, enjoy your porch.
You may want to guess, but it's 2025-074, which is 122 Valley View. Please come up.
You're fine.
No problem.
Take your
I
time.
don't envy you. Please take your time.
Thanks.
As a matter of fact,
Pleasure of sitting for a while.
I'm sorry?
you were sitting for a while too. If you need to sit again, we can make that work.
This is better.
Okay,
Thank you.
Thank you, thank you.
absolutely. We don't want you uncomfortable.
I was listening to the building code, and after I had applied for these variances, I realized I didn't necessarily need to, but that's irrelevant. I am here to offer, and I didn't realize there's so many. I'd like to offer some of these pictures.
If you offer the pictures up, we have to keep them.
Oh, yeah, that's fine.
Good.
Yeah, I'm guessing that do you have anything besides my tape map?
I couldn't hear you well.
I'm sorry, do you guys have any other information about my property besides my tape map imagery?
The only thing that we have about your property is your survey,
Yeah,
With the highlight.
and that's it.
okay. So I could, I'm glad and.
Please feel
gladly
free to
offer-
bring them up. We'll take a peek at them,
Sure,
but we will keep them for the record.
yeah, that's absolutely fine.
You might want to keep one for yourself if you have. Yeah,
Well, again, I didn't have any idea. how
that's
many
fine.
on the
We
panel.
can share it.
That's okay.
Okay,
I know. Good.
You're fine. That's,
You were, but that's okay.
well, who knows?
One of you were, you know.
these are just your street views, straight ahead.
We'll share, Beth.
Uh,
Yep.
And, I can-
Oh, okay.
Where's my figure? Oh, snap.
Here, give me one of those. I didn't realize they were all the same.
Okay, and that. I don't know.
This is the current width of my garage there, and the height of the door.
Take one past the time.
And I have just on the property there.
This is the back.
Yep,
Oh, this is the.
we would have duplicates here already. Yep.
You said the height of the is 6'2", 3?
The garage door.
I'm sorry, excuse me, Mr. Spano, could you just make sure you stay next to the microphone, please?
Yeah, I apologize. The current one-car garage door opening is 6'2". The reason I emphasize one car is the other picture measures 17 feet across. And because there's a fireplace that bumps into the garage, the tape map may not represent that, or the survey, because I believe the survey shows a little wider of a garage footprint in the house. But in essence, you cannot fit two cars in there.
You fit a lot of tools in there, apparently.
Yeah, yeah, that's from my former
Good stuff.
career. One of the other reasons I was asking for the garage addition is the house is 2,100 square feet, it's 5 bedrooms, 2.5 baths. I have 4 children. They all drive. And not to mention that the height of my current garage, the one picture that shows a truck and a trailer, and I have a third vehicle, it's not there, is a Chevy Tahoe. None of those I can put in the garage. Mr. Harrington, I apologize, I can't see your name,
Yes.
but he made a reference to my tools. I do my own work. I have projects that I like to perform that involve vehicles. That's my background. That's my career. And so currently I do a lot of my driveway, which is very favorable to my driveway, number one, but I don't think that no one in the neighborhood has really mentioned it. It's not extreme. The picture showing my truck and trailer, it's current, I like to keep things tidy. So I was only asking for one single car addition on the side, but the reason I asked for the 0 setback, I thought my property actually was wider than it is. The neighbor on that side agreed wasn't able to make it, but that's irrelevant to that statement. And I do realize that a 0 setback is probably not feasible, but I'm asking.
Okay, so I have a couple questions.
Sure.
I see that the garage addition is pushed back a little bit. Can you?
Yeah.
Yeah, from the face of your existing garage.
Oh, the face of it?
Yeah. Is there any reasoning behind that?
Yeah, first of all, I think aesthetically it would look nicer as a setback because there's a tree just in front that I'd like to keep. I wouldn't want to carve my driveway out. I'd like to go around. The second reason is the service panel was upgraded to 200 amp, and I don't want to disrupt that.
And is that so you're looking at it to the right?
Mhm.
It's right there. Is that why
The service panel's right there next to the
Yes.
downspout.
Yeah, correct.
That seems close.
And then there is that one side picture of showing the side of the house, and I zoomed in on the panel, or excuse me, the meter and the riser just to show that. But I also feel if we're to get drawings done in that, I think the setback would just be aesthetically pleasing because the other side of the house has a little setback from the front door or from the living room back. If you look at the straight on view.
So is this a garage addition? Is it going to be, how high is it going to be? Is it going to match the existing roof line?
No, I would only want to go to standard height, but I'm not exactly sure what that is, but
10 feet.
my vision would be, I currently have a hip roof and I'd like to match the front, side and back and go just up to the side of the house, but not certainly the height of it. I'm just not sure what the exact height would be. I didn't have that exact number.
Do you have pictures of windows on the side of your house where you're asking for this request?
Yes.
Would it be as high as those?
The furthest one, if you're looking at the side, the left window is a bedroom window. The next one's a bathroom window, and then the farthest one is the dining room. So,
Just for clarity, the dining room's the back of the house?
yes. Yeah. And so I think without actually drawing it to scale, I'd like the roof to have the similar pitch as the hip roof of the house. So coming up from the front, up from the side, and up from the back to match the house. So I think the 2 larger windows might be impacted by that.
So but you're also going to dig out.
Yes. Yeah, it's going to be, level with the current driveway level. So I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
I'm not sure exactly the height of that. And again, I'm not sure.
You're going to be covering all 3 windows.
Possibly. I don't think I would cover them.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it would. I'm not sure. I was thinking of.
I don't disagree with your situation.
Mhm.
But I don't like how the garage is 0 foot setback.
I don't either.
Right.
But wait, why does it say 16'3" to lot line?
Yeah, that's what the survey says, 16.3 to the lot line. I thought I had more. And so the other variance, the one variance is 36 feet where it says garage overall is 35. And if I went to the extremity, if I went to the far left of my current garage, right where the brick is, if you're looking at the front of the house, there's brick and a door. If I go out 35 feet, that's 1 foot less than my lot line. So that variance, would still give me some garage space.
So I see 3 variances here.
Yes, and I think the 35 foot, the 36, excuse me.
Let me read them to you. You have 3.
Yep.
The first one, which is labeled number 74, has a variance for 0 foot side setback for a garage.
Right.
8 foot is required.
Yeah. So
Number 75 is a garage depth of 37 feet, whereas 30 is allowed.
Right.
And 70, it's deep. And 76, number 76 is garage width of 36 feet total. That's all of them together.
Yep.
Whereas 35 feet's allowed.
Correct.
So you're asking for 3 substantial variances. Well, 2 substantial variances.
Yeah, because actually the 35, the last one, 076, to trim a foot off or 1.3 feet that would be fine, but that doesn't satisfy the 8 foot setback. That's really the substantial piece. The 37 feet, the reason for that request is the truck and trailer image. I'd like to be able to put my trailer and truck in the garage. I have equipment in there. But again, that in light of the neighborhood and the HOA, they don't allow trailers. I'm not in the HOA, but I'm thinking aesthetically thinking if I could put my truck and trailer in there, that would require more than 30 feet.
So you said if you were to shave off the 1.3 feet of width, it wouldn't satisfy the 8 foot. How much could you trim off of the width of the new garage?
Well, since I have 16 feet and one garage width is 12, correct? A single car?
You already have a garage, so you can make this technically, well, yeah, it would be 12 foot wide, is the minimum garage size.
So rather than 16 feet, I'd be looking for 12 requesting. And again, it's not that this would be open because that brick wall currently is holding up my house. So it's not that that wall is going to go anywhere. This is simply just another add-on.
So you're not punching a
No.
doorway in or nothing?
No,
Okay.
I mean, maybe a walkway through, but
Yeah.
it wouldn't open up my span from 17 feet plus 16 feet. No,
So it'd be totally separated?
correct.
Except potentially a small man door.
Yeah.
Yeah, correct.
Or a woman.
So did I hear you say you'd be willing to cut it to 4.3 feet less of a request?
I would like it as wide as possible, but I'm open, given the fact too that it is 45 feet from my wall to my neighbor's wall. I don't think I have an image of that, but the house on the
You do.
east side.
We can see it.
Yeah, it's 45 feet. I took my measure out there. So I apologize, he's not here, but he was here. He wanted to speak on my behalf because he's totally in favor of it. But again, lot lines are lot lines, and thinking of what was mentioned earlier, future down the road, if neighbors don't like each other, you can't pick your neighbor. So I think 0 setback might be a problem if you want to paint or, do something and the neighbor doesn't like you. And, I could see where that could be a problem for sure,
So it is a concern for a couple of us on the board anyways.
Mhm.
My question to the board members, what are we feeling right now?
I guess I have a question. What are you planning on? Is it just for the trailer that you're putting?
And the truck.
No, vehicles. I work on my vehicles and I do
Oh, okay.
projects. So I would, rather than work in my driveway, which is what I currently do, that's part of the tools that you may have seen in the picture. I would be working there and being able to close the garage door and keep that out of the driveway.
Okay. Thank you.
Mhm.
Does that answer your question?
Yeah.
So, any feedback here? Beth?
Well, he's indicating he can reduce the width to 12,
I agree.
which would then give what? 4?
4.3.
I'd be much happier with 4+.
Agreed.
I would approve anything at 4+. That would eliminate, I think if I'm reading this right, that would eliminate number 76 because that's a non-issue then.
Correct. Yep.
It would probably keep 75 and half of 74.
I mean, right now, I am also having a hard time visualizing this without plans or exactly sizes of the gym. So,
Yeah.
I would just request that it would be similar to what the house is currently aesthetically. Same color siding.
My opinion from hearing this gentleman speak is that he wants us to look nice.
I agree. I believe so as well.
I doubt he'll make it pink but
I do have something else just in terms of
don't tell
neighborhood.
me it's gonna be pink.
All right.
You're not gonna make it pink.
Oh, no.
Okay, good. All right, we can still talk then. I'm sure.
These are two other properties in the neighborhood. This is a couple of houses away from me. He has a little bump out. And then short drive, which is just around the corner. They have a full cell of the building. And, Heather and I believe,
You go back to the mic. That's okay.
I remember originally I wanted to put, in the
Yeah, I know.
northwest corner of my yard, I wanted to put a garage there, but because I have a garage, it's not allowed.
We don't know offhand what their offset is either, right?
True, no, yeah,
That's a big factor here.
I'm looking at the aesthetics of it there.
I have no doubt in my mind that you would make this look nice. Nobody wants to make their house look bad, in my opinion. Let me get a little, Tim, what are you thinking just offhand?
If we can reduce the width down, so that the setback goes from 0 to 4.3, I think it'll make sense.
Heather, do you agree with that?
With his statement, yes.
Mike or John?
Yep.
Okay. So, I don't think we need to have, well, any more questions from the audience? Mike? No? And,
Mike's like, what?
Maybe.
To be fair, Mike, I mean.
I think we can, no,
Oh, okay.
he's on the town board, so he.
Oh, okay.
With that, I think we can probably close this, but before I close it, I would like to say one thing. Who's this? Is you, Heather?
No, it's not me.
Who is this?
It's Stephen.
Aaron, my request is that we, cancel or decline, 76.
Be easier for them to withdraw.
Okay, we'll have him withdraw 76. 75, we're gonna change, no, we're not gonna change 75. And 74, we're gonna say that they have a minimum 4-foot offset. Or whatever the numbers.
Okay, I'm still opposed to it.
Oh, so we need someone else to draw it then. Okay. I'll jump on this. Give me a minute. Mr. Stefano, I do need, based on what we're gonna do for this, I need one thing for you to do. You have to verbally tell us that you would like to withdraw 2025-076 for an overall garage width of 36 feet. I need you to withdraw that or else we got some other paperwork. It'll take longer.
Okay, so if I just verbalize that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd like to please withdraw 2025-076.
Give me a minute. I gotta do paperwork here. It's
my
Valley
fault.
View, right? Feels so much better than the way it was. Sorry for the delay here, but I do.
No, and Kevin, What is the height that is allowed in a garage? Do you know that off the top of your head? I mean, you must know everything by now. I'm just kidding.
It's a kind of a weird one in our code, but it's like, there isn't anything specific for garages. For the house structure, it's 21 feet above the first floor level, which is an odd way of putting it, but that's how it's stated.
I'm just curious in terms of if, you know, moving forward, should I be able to
With
going
the lift.
to have drawings drawn up? What am I looking for?
If you're gonna be if it's not higher than your existing home, I don't think, you're not going up above.
No,
Not putting room above.
I'd like it to just even be, you know, a step down. I want it to look like, I don't want it to look like a barn.
Right. No, you'd be fine with one level and then line.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
I have a question on the garage addition. It's 30 foot in depth total.
They're requesting 37.
So is it going beyond the back of the house?
No, that brings it just to the back of the house, the back corner. And that measures, that's the overall length of a trailer. The front would be set back, and I apologize, you don't have a picture, but I show my service entrance or my meter and my risers around, and I would.
Kevin,
I would
if you
want
need
to
it, we have.
Okay. The only question is the garage addition that physically is going to be how?
37.
So measuring this, your house right now, your garage and the room behind the garage is 37, 36.
This is, you can go, yeah.
This is- Yeah. For that. Joe. Right now. Here. Right, no. You're not gonna be permanent. We look at it from here to here, it's your garage.
Down the corner of Pinnacle.
Oh, yeah, correct. No, overall from. Back.
Are we saying 4 foot offset or 4 foot 3? I'm fine with saying 4 foot.
Yeah, 4 foot's fine.
Yeah, 3 inches.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can build it, you know.
Right.
Does that affect the other one as far as the additional comments? Just 4 foot fixes the problem. I mean, fixes this discrepancy where.
Or, yeah, it's less than,
Okay.
like 32.
So we very so.
Okay.
The addition, you're gonna be approximately 30 from
I'll do that.
I haven't slept much.
That may actually end up being closer to 30.
Okay, so with that, we can close this application.
Okay.
So with the regards to application number ZBA 2025-074 and 075 for an area variance, I move to approve as follows. Whereas the zoning board has duly advertised and held a public hearing, has considered all relevant information and has considered the potential benefit to the applicant versus the potential detriment to the neighborhood or community in relation to such variances. Now therefore be it resolved that the zoning board of appeals make the following findings of fact. The variance will not result in an undesirable change to the character of the neighborhood or detriment to nearby properties. Although the structure addition is substantial, this will create benefit to the applicant and it will remove clutter from the driveway for the rest of the neighborhood's benefit. The variance cannot be achieved by some other feasible alternative, and due to the layout of the lot with the relation to house, this is the only feasible option for the addition. The variance requested is substantial. The variance will not have a negative effect on physical or environmental conditions, and the difficulty relating to the variance was self-created. The applicant has caused the issue with his needs for a workshop and parking, but this is the best result. And be it further resolved that based on the following findings, the zoning board of appeals hereby approve the variances as presented. And be it further resolved that the approval shall be subject to the following condition. The offset of the garage will be no less than 4 feet from the lot line.
I'll second.
Seconded by Heather. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed?
Opposed?
Aaron, you were okay.
No, I'm good.
Yeah. So with that, the variances carry, and you're approved.
Thank you.
Thank you. Again, you'll get the paperwork from the town, and then you'll still have to do the building permit.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. All right. Thank you, guys.
I hope you have a good day. Good luck with
Good
your
evening.
Thank you.
projects.
Have a good night.
Good luck with your back.
Yeah.
Well, that's a total different one. Good luck. And with that, we can close this meeting.